Focus on these intangibles, the ability to have a ton of courage.
A lot of young people out there believe that no matter how old they are, they still have plenty of time to accomplish whatever it is they want to accomplish. But that is foolish. You might as well try to be as successful as you possibly can starting right now. Don't think about, oh, I'll start that tomorrow. You're going to want to start everything as soon as you possibly can. That way you constantly stay motivated and wanting to do it. That way you know that you are able to because you started. So many people say that the hardest part of doing anything is just starting. So your hardest part of your day is just getting out of bed in the morning.
So increase your sense of urgency as an intangible.
Because that means you've committed to starting your day and you can't go back now. You've already put 2 feet on the ground and rose up. You're ready to go. Now it's time to start the day. And that's the same thing with your goals and aspirations. You just want to go ahead and start. That way you get the ball rolling. Once you start, it's going to be hard to stop because you're going to love pursuing your passion because you love whatever it is and you're going to want to focus on that and truly indulge yourself in every chance that you get and every experience that you can to work on that one goal. You are also going to want to be extremely strategic with your time. A lot of people claim they don't have enough time, but you can make more time by waking up earlier or staying up later, whatever the case may be. Everybody's given the same 24 hours in each and every single day. It just matters what you do with those hours.
Some entrepreneur should have reached down from their multi-million-dollar empire and said, let me take you under my wing.
Very short. Oh, I'm 22. I only have, I have all the world in front of me. You don't. First of all, tomorrow's not guaranteed, but more importantly, the age with which people are starting to become entrepreneurs. I read there's a kid, he made a nuclear power plant in San Francisco. He's 17 years old. That's your new competitor. So increase your sense of urgency as an intangible.
I need to practice. Remember, before the day comes, you got to practice. You cannot be standing at the free throw line playing professional basketball in the 7th game of the NBA championship and to hope right then you're going to be practicing. Practice is too late. Larry Bird used to, the great basketball player, he used to shoot 1,000 free throws, 8 in the morning. My friend Don Ravine trains a lot of the pro basketball players. LeBron James, he trains Durant, Kobe, Chris Paul, and he says these guys are up when everybody else is sleeping, they're practicing. So everything you want is gonna entail a good bit of practice.
The thing you have to do is people have to understand insurance. And I'm not just talking about life insurance or health insurance, I'm saying you have to protect what you already have. So some people, like Warren Buffett says, you only have to get rich once. So when you do well and you make money, have insurance by save some of it for a rainy day. That's insurance.
Should you work harder? Is hard work the key? Is hustle the key? I hear a lot of different opinions. I just want to say this. I feel like I live in a world that's the exact opposite. I feel like I live in a world where millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, even billions of people are working their ass off. I remember going to India in the third world. People wake up at dawn and work till dusk picking aluminum out of trash heaps. Should they work harder to get ahead? I'll tell you a true story. Growing up, I played basketball at a school, inner city, about 95% non-white people in Raleigh, North Carolina. Enloe is the name of the university. And I had a friend who lived in the projects. His name was Leon Champion. I didn't grow up rich, but we always had food. And I spent the night at his house in the projects one time, and Leon, I woke up in the middle of the night and I was hungry. I was probably 17 years old, hungry. I go down to his refrigerator, everybody's asleep. I'll never forget, there was mustard and beer in the kitchen. I said, Leon, where's the food? He said, man, I don't eat on the weekends. We don't have any money. I eat free lunch as late as I can on Friday, and then I go to school at 6 in the morning to eat on Monday. Sure, he had a little bit of candy and a little bit of that on the weekend. Wage inequality. His mom was working nonstop. I never even saw his mom. She was at a job every minute. I don't even know when she came in to sleep. So don't tell me I should have just gone to her and said to Leon's mom, oh, work harder, hustle. Hey, you ain't hustling. No, someone should have educated her. Some entrepreneur should have reached down from their multi-million-dollar empire and said, let me take you under my wing.
I was raised by a single mom. My dad was in prison when I was born, so I was born down here in the ghetto in Long Beach. And so, without going through the whole thing, when I was 18, or a little bit younger, I started realizing life's complicated. You not only have to figure out, at that point I was trying to be like, do I want to go to college? What college? What's my major? You want to figure out. So what I decided to do, I remember having this aha moment. I got the answer. I just find one super smart person, and the next thing you know, I'll have all the answers. If you make 10 million bucks a year, and the next year you drop to 5 million, you'll be very unhappy because you went backwards. And they did studies, you'll be less happy than somebody who made 70 grand that year, the year before, and then went up to 100. They'll be experiencing more dopamine, all the happy drug, more oxytocin, serotonin, all the things you want. And that dude who went from 10 to 5 is, so if you're already making 10 mil, just try to make 11. If you live long enough, most of us get what we deserve. So to get what you want, you have to deserve what you want. The world's not yet a crazy enough place to reward a whole bunch of undeserving people.
If you think about life, you can be nihilistic about life. Like, what's the purpose? At the end of the day, you can dissect anything and go, what's the purpose? Some people go, I want to make $1 billion. And you can say to them, what's the purpose? We all die. We all end up in the same. And you can say, I want to become super intelligent, or I want to get married and have kids. At the end of the day, all flesh is grass, and you disappear just like the grass eventually. So for me, the best guess I've ever come up with is like, if every day you wake up and you go, I don't have it all figured out, let's jump into something crazy and see what happens. And that's how I got started on social media. I started really dabbling with it in 2012, 2013. And then in 2014, someone was like, you should do YouTube, it's gonna be big. So I was like, let's try a new adventure. And I just started shooting my first videos in January 25th, 2016, 600 million views. It's gotten a lot of views. Everybody should try to be rich and famous at least once, and should get it just to realize it's not as good as you think. The biggest thing I've learned, if I could be 18 again, I wish somebody had told me, basically nobody knows what they're doing. Trying to get insight and see life as a puzzle, and your goal in life is to seek the adventures that piece the puzzle together, so that at the end of your life, you kind of get it.